Alright, it's that time again, so I figure since I got a couple of new additions to the collection, I'll do a new video. I'm going to kind of go over the ones that you've seen in the last video kind of quick, and I'll pause and talk about the newer additions a little bit more. So let's start off with the Super Commanders. Of course, the first one, production Super Commander blade, but these just insane scales that Larry Davidson did for it. It was a gift from a really good friend of mine. Thank you again, John. Love this thing. Next up is the True Satin Hand Ground Super Commander with no logo. Had Ferric pimp this one a couple years back to a true frame lock, and yeah, it's a pretty one. The little stuff on the back of the blade, before anybody asks, Ernie hand signed it saying that it is the real deal, because a lot of people said Ernie didn't do sterile logo blades. Alright, up next, this one, if you would have told me about 4 months ago that, you know, hey Mike, have you ever seen a Spec Ward logo Super Commander V-Ground? I would have told you no. But here it is, sitting in front of you. It is a hand ground, true satin, Spec Ward logo with a very huge Spec Ward logo Super Commander prototype. I actually had to take this one to Ernie and ask him himself, and he said, yep, that's what it is. It even has a domed pivot on it, so for you guys that know what years the domed pivots were done, you know, there you go. Next on the list is that prototype Super Commander from G1, that beautiful coating on it. Also got a Super Commander trainer, and this is the one I let Leonard play with so he doesn't hurt himself, but straight from Emerson knives. They pop up every once in a while, but they're kind of hard to find. Next up too is my Snake Commander set. I have the only full custom Snake Commander. Ernie made one for G2 and has never made another one. And one of 3 prototypes from Blade 09. Alright. Next one up the list, I know you guys seen that I had a custom commander before, but this is a different one. This one has the diamond logo on it. What's really interesting about this one is the grind on the back side of the blade. Hold on one second. I showed this one to Ernie before. He said, yeah, I wanted to try something new that day, and you know what, honestly I didn't care for it, so that's the only one I ever did like that. It has a really steep small grind on the backside, so pretty neat one. Also, a lot of the custom commanders you won't see this bevel on right here. That's pretty much for like the 6s and 5s and 7s. I've never seen another one that had it, so it's a very interesting custom commander. It has a couple of bells and whistles that make it different from any other one. Next down the list is a match set of 2000 commanders with green handles. Yeah, I know you could find those every once in a while, but luckily I ran onto that set a while back and picked it up. So black bladed serrated, and then the satin finish serrated, green handles. Things are brand new, never been used. Up next, I know a lot of you guys were really interested about this one last year for St. Patrick's Day, and you know, someone even commented on my old video that I didn't have one. Well, maybe that Grippy G10 might be a giveaway on what this one is. It is the St. Patrick's Day Commander. Special logoing on the back with Celtic knot cross and skull, the actual Celtic knots in it too. Clip even has a shamrock on it. I thought that was pretty neat. Laser engraved. Alright, next down the list, this would be the LAPD SWAT Commander. If you don't know about that one, do a little research. You'll see how rare it is to have one of these. Green blade, green handle. This is number 28. If you look underneath the thumb stud, which I don't think I can get a good shot of that, it's got the special number 41, tack 54. It has a meaning behind it. And this is the only one that does not have the LAPD/SWAT laser logo on the back side of the blade, so another rare one. Up next are my 5-year anniversary Commanders. I got the plain 5-year anniversary, and of course the Silver Shadow. Alright, so let's move that one out of the way, and let's move on to the next table. Alright, starting off at the top is the S30V Commander. S30V being the blade still. There were 20 of these made with a black blade, no anodized liner, and 20 with a silver blade. Those did have the blue anodized liners. This is number 21. This one was auctioned off on Ernie's website, and is the only black bladed S30V Commander with blue anodized liners. Yeah. Alright. Next one down the list is a fairly new one also. Thanks, Randy. This is the titanium bladed Commander. Ernie only made about 20 of these, or exactly 20, and one of them didn't actually make it through the process. The blade got messed up, so he said several times he's never going to work with titanium again, but this is hand ground number 007 from EKI, and it also has anodized blue liners. Alright, some of you guys might have remembered the custom shop back from 2000 when Ernie was going to start taking orders for certain models and doing bolsters or Damascus blade if you wanted, anodized liner, coating on the blades, which never came to fruition. So supposedly no knives came out of that shop except for, I know of one I&I Tonto that has anodized liners, and this Commander. 2000, green bladed, and it has blue anodized liners also. So all three of those have the blue anodized liners, and which leads me to this knife. This is the Lethal Edge Commander. Came with a set with the Commander and a karambit. All of them had the LE logo, or the Lethal Edge skull, with the LE serial number and the model, or the number of the Lethal Edge knife. This is number LE014. Another cool thing about that set, green anodized liners. So I think that's all the anodized liners from the factory that I have of Ernie's. So we'll just leave those standing up and we'll be good to go there for now. Alright, next down the list, under the line, Christmas knives from last year. Digital camouflage on the handles, and these are some of the cooler ones I've seen in a while. It's actually got a two-tone blade, if you could see that. The top one is the Lethal, or the Emerson Combat Systems knife. The flat of the blade is polished, and the primary bevel, before you get to the primary edge, is black, as is the swedge and the spine of the knife. Back up a little bit. Yeah, if you go all the way even to the thumb ramp, it's completely black. Same with the Lethal Edge skull logoed two-tone Commander. So I got both of those. I actually had two of the combat class ones, but one of them had to go back to EKI, and it's going to be hopefully auctioned off here pretty soon for the Wounded Warrior Foundation. Next up is the Southwest Asian Commander. Again, very rare knife, 1 of 20. This is the plain edge. Has Ernie's skull on it and says Emerson Knives Incorporated USA on the blade. Sometimes you just gotta get it just right to see it. There it is. And also even the clip has been treated. So it's all khakied out. Alright. Let's move over here. We've got the vintage or 10-year anniversary Commanders. One on the top, true satin finish. One on the bottom is black bladed with a polished swedge, and both of these were built to the 98 standards. Thick liner, thick scales, screw holes down the middle. One thing added is the jimping here and up at the top. That's something the 98s didn't have. And speaking of 98s, here's 3 of them. I've got the True Satin finish 98 Commanders, serial number 180, and then I have two black bladed 98 Commanders. The top one is serial number 265 and the bottom one is 842. So of course, top one came from the earlier run of the black ones, bottom one came from the later run of the black bladed 98 Commanders. So all built to 98 specs, but the top two are the vintage 10-year anniversary ones, and the bottom three are true 98s. Alright, I know you guys know what this one is. The Skull and Rose. Alright, seen it before, beautiful knife, love it. It's actually Ernie's own artwork that he did on the blade of this one, and just phenomenal. Which reminds me, I do have the Skullorama Commander. Actually had to give that one to Ernie this weekend at the Pasadena show. The lock bar from using it was all the way over, so I am missing that one, but do have it. It's just it's in Ernie's hands right now. Alright, next one down. I know Hollister was giving me gruff on this one for a while, but I did manage to find a waveless Commander. From 2000, number 95, screw holes down the middle, but yeah, kind of odd, you know. Never really, I love the wave, but never see having one without a wave on it, but since they're so hard to find, figured while I had the chance I'd pick it up. Alright, so what's next? Let's slide on over here. I ran out of TV trays. This one is the CN Commander, made in '99. Special run with the Commander and a 7. Don't have the 7, but I do have the Commander. And then I have a Commander Karambit, 2004, serial number 91. That one gets used a lot. And then of course you guys remember the old Workhorse, 99, satinized by my buddy Paul Cal. Been all over the world. Thing's been beat to hell. Snapped a stop pin once, and you know, after Ernie gave me a new one, still ticking. This is a S30V actually that was pimped a while back. Sculpted scales, blasted liners, really neat backspacer, and yeah, was swedged by the pimper. And another Workhorse, S30V. Yeah, I really wish Ernie made more of those, but you know, it's cool that I got two. One I could use, one that's minty. Then, I don't know how many people have seen these yet. There's 3 of these made for G2, the gathering in Las Vegas for the Usual Suspects Network, and I was lucky enough to pick one up. Let's see here, for size reference, let me grab a Super Commander. So there's it sitting next to a Super Commander. As you can see, it's a beast of a fixed blade. Actually has such an upsweep on the blade, it kind of gives me that that look of a kukri, but real fast in the hand, real grippy G10, and it's a goer. Really neat one. A lot of people have always asked Ernie to make more fixed blades, and that one I was lucky enough to get. All right, well I think that's all of them. I don't think I got any more hiding anywhere. Or oh, wait a minute. Just picked this one up yesterday. Actually, I didn't pick it up. The wife got drawn first at the Pasadena Laundry, so here it is. One of less than 10 custom mini Commanders. I'll set a regular size Commander up next to it for size reference, but there it is. She's been wanting that one since Ernie made the first one last year, and patience patience was a virtue on this one. So there's her mini Commander, and yes, she will be carrying it. She didn't get it today because she's got a job interview. Can't be carrying the knives to the job interview. Alright, so that's all of them. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.